Because if he did do
Iron
that,
Bank
I
has
swear to
caused
God, I'll
him
throw this
1/10
computer out
of
the
the
window.
Crown's debt. Given the expense of rebuilding the royal
How much
fleet,
can the Crown afford?
with winter coming, half what they ask? Less?
You're the master of coin. How do we pay them?
Well, House Tyrell could front the gold, and the Crown would pay us back in time, or I'd have words with my daughter.
He's so weird. Look, he's so...
You've already given us too much. No, we must arrange better terms with the Iron Bank.
Absolutely.
In person.
Me?
We must send an envoy to the Iron Bank, someone of importance, to show these bankers our respect. As the King's Master of Coin, I can think of no one more qualified.
I would be honored, Your Grace.
The King's expressed concern about his father-in-law's safety on this voyage. He's ordered Cimmerian to personally lead your escort.
My very own King's Guard. Please express
Safe
my...
travels, Lord Tyrell.
Of course. I'll give your regards to the Titan of Braavos.
I was just...
Small council grows smaller and smaller.
Not small enough.
I was gonna say, Lord Tyrell's not gonna recognize if he's like sees Arya, but now the other Joker's going.
May I offer you some wine, Your Holiness?
He might recognize her.
No.
High Sparrow. Left him out the last episode.
Septon would have asked the vintage.
I know.
I could say that our minds are temples to the seven and should be kept pure. But the truth is, I don't like the taste. How may I serve?
All over Westeros, we hear of septs being burned, silent sisters raped, the bodies of holy men piled in the streets.
Wars teach people to obey the sword, not the gods.
Perhaps the gods need a sword of their own. In the days before the Targaryens, the faith militant dispensed the justice of the seven.
Well, the faith militant was disarmed more than 2 centuries ago.
If I explain their holy purpose to my son, the king, I have no doubt he will sign a decree arming the believers you felt worthy.
An army that defends the bodies and souls of the common people.
An army in service to the gods themselves. And to you, of course, as the chosen representative of the seven.
An honor I never expected, or indeed, ever wished for.
Which is why you were chosen. You and I both know how the world works. Too often, the wicked are the wealthiest, beyond the reach of justice. The king himself cannot always punish those who deserve it most.
All sinners are equal before the gods.
What would you say if I told you of a great sinner in our very midst, shielded by gold and privilege?
May the Father judge him justly.
I thought I might find you here. Your Aunt Lyanna.
Father never talked about her. Sometimes I'd find him down here lighting the candles. He said she was beautiful.
I saw her once. I was a boy, living with your mother's family. Lord Went held a great tourney at Harrenhal. Everyone was there. The Mad King, your father, Robert Baratheon. And Lyanna, she was already promised to Robert. And you can imagine what it was like for me, a boy from nowhere, with nothing to his name, watching these legendary men tilting at the lists. The last 2 riders were Barristan Selmy and Rhaegar Targaryen. When Rhaegar won, everyone cheered for their prince. I remember the girls laughing when he took off his helmet and they saw that silver hair, how handsome he was. Until he rode right past his wife, Elia Martell, and all the smiles died. I've never seen so many people so quiet. He rode past his wife, and he lay a crown of winter roses in Lyanna's lap.
That was
blue
Prince
as
Oberyn's
frost.
sister.
How many tens of thousands had to die because Rhaegar chose your aunt?
Yes, he chose her. And then he kidnapped her and raped her.
Come. Let's speak somewhere the dead can't hear us.
Okay.
Dressed for riding.
I am.
Where are you going?
King's Landing.
King's Landing.
Cersei sent for me. We mustn't let her sniff out any trouble.
You can't leave me here.
I know how hard it is to live with people you despise, believe me. But it won't be for long.
How do you know?
Stannis Baratheon garrisons at Castle Black. He'll march south to King's Landing before the winter snows block his way. But first, he has to take Winterfell.
You don't know that.
I do. Once he liberates these lands from the Boltons, he'll rally your father's bannermen to his cause. With the North behind him, Stannis can finally take the Iron Throne.
You think he'll defeat the Boltons?
He has a larger army. He's the finest military commander in Westeros. A betting man would put his money on Stannis. As it happens, I am a betting man.
And if you're right?
Stannis takes Winterfell. He rescues you from the most despised family in the North. Grateful for your late father's courageous support of his claim, he names you Wardeness of the North.
But I wouldn't... Wardeness of the North.
You are the last surviving Stark. He
Not
needs
really.
you.
And what if you're wrong? What if Stannis never attacks Winterfell, or he does and the Boltons defeat him?
Then you will take this Bolton boy, Ramsay, and make him yours.
I don't know how to do that.
Of course you do. He's already fallen for you.
His father frightens me.
He should. He's a dangerous man. But even the most dangerous men can be outmaneuvered. And you've learned to maneuver from the very best. I'll return before too long. You'll be strong without me.
Oh. She falling for Peter.
The North will be yours. Do you believe me?
I expect I'll be a married woman by the time you return.
He's like, I have so many plans. I don't know what they are. We gotta remember that Ramsay's freaking girlfriend, the loon, might try and take her out.